My SaaS got to $400 MRR before I'd even written a single line of code. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kyle here. If you're new here, I've been building software products for 14 years. I've been building one of the original SaaS boilerplates called Gravity for the last 7 years, and I've also recently just launched a new SaaS product. So let's dive into today's topic, which is how to validate a SaaS idea. I've launched 14 or 15 different products. Most of those have launched in the last 5 or 6 years. Now, only 2 of those products ever made money. That was my boilerplate and a startup I ran before that, which was an online ticketing platform. So I have literally spent years of my life on these products that have failed. I'm 39 now, I'm getting a bit older, I'm a bit more aware about, I'm a bit more wary about spending a lot of time on things that go nowhere. So validating my ideas is really important to me now, and it should be to you too. Nobody wants to spend 6 months building a product that nobody wants. So historically, I have always tried to validate my idea, but I have screwed this up many times. Let me give you an example. 5 to 6 months ago, I launched a new product called Userbook, and this was a tool that would take someone's code base, they would upload their code, and then it would generate beautiful API and user-facing documentation from this code. And I launched the landing page. I got 30 or 40 people signed up to the waitlist. I got very excited very fast because these signups came in like 2 days. So then I started building the product and spent maybe a month, maybe 3-4 weeks building the product, launched it, and then nothing. Like, all the people that signed up to the waitlist, none of them actually cared enough to actually even sign up and try the product. So, and I've done this many times in the past. Like, I'd use waitlists to validate demand. And I'm going to be honest, like, waitlists are essentially useless for validating your SaaS. They're a nice to have in that some people will sign up from your waitlist later, but they don't actually validate if anybody's going to pay for your product. So what can you do differently? A couple of months ago, I launched another new product called Alertly, which sends alerts to business owners when someone is looking for their product online or has mentioned their brand or one of their competitors online, so they can then go and take action, jump into the conversation, hopefully win a new customer. Now, I didn't want to validate this with a waitlist, spend months building it, and then it goes nowhere. So this time I was determined to try something different. I wanted to get people to prepay for this product, but my problem was I didn't believe anyone would prepay for a SaaS product. A couple of years ago, I made a course on how to build a SaaS product, and I pre-sold it, and people paid me $25,000 in the first month for a course that didn't exist. Now, this is quite common for info products. You see this a lot, but for SaaS products, I personally believe that nobody would prepay me for my SaaS product that didn't exist when there's other tools on the market. But I believe that we should always test our beliefs, and because maybe I'm wrong, maybe we're wrong when we think these things. So this time I decided to validate the idea by trying to get people to pay for it before I built anything. And it worked. People signed up, people prepaid, and I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to tell you how I did it. Let me show you the landing page that I created for this. So this was the first version of the landing page. My pitch is: your AI sales hunter that never sleeps. Trained AI agents search Reddit X and beyond for buyers looking for your product or service 24/7 and alert you right in your inbox. I did spend maybe a day on this landing page, so it looks good. It touches on the problem, clearly explains the benefit. People don't want to, people are spending hours per day scrolling through social media looking for these kind of posts. Alertly will drop them straight into your inbox every day. It can save you up to 50 hours a month. How does it work? Yada, yada, yada. Someone goes to start for free. They go to a real pricing page. We've got real prices here, and then we've got a real call to action to start a trial. Now, when someone goes to start the trial, they go to the sign up page, and here I have got the offers. So you can either join the waitlist for free, or you can pay $20 for your first month up front, reserve your spot at the front of the queue, and you get 30% off for life. This is so important that you have to give an offer. If you just ask people to pay to help you validate your SaaS. There's nothing in it for them. So give them a good offer, like 30% off for life. And then I've got this little clause down here, no spam, only product updates. If we don't launch or you're not satisfied, full refund. Obviously, if you don't get the validation, you don't build the product, you're gonna have to refund people. Now, I was skeptical that this would work, but it did. Within the first 24 hours, I had the first prepaid customer. This button just goes to a Stripe checkout page. So this took me like 2 minutes to set up. And then once someone enters their email or they come from Stripe, they go into my email program, which is MailerLite. So super simple, took me less than a day to set this up. By the way, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel, especially now I've changed direction and I'm basically starting from zero with the algorithm again. So once I built the landing page, I posted it on X and I posted it on LinkedIn. I made a jokey viral tweet and that was, my new startup Alertly was doing 50,000 MRR before I left the womb. I was just kind of poking fun at all these stories of people launching their new startups and like they're only 17 years old and they're doing 60 million in revenue. And this tweet went viral and I got a bunch of signups from this. And then I got some signups from LinkedIn. Now these are people that I have known for years. Some people I've known for a long time that I went to university with. So my audience did help me here. If you don't have an audience, this is going to be a little bit harder, but not impossible. If you don't have an audience, I would recommend that you just go and cold DM people, ask them for feedback, and then share your landing page with them. You're going to have to establish trust with people in order to get them to give you money. If you have a big audience, this is easy. Like, I'm lucky I have 35,000 followers on X, so I have a lot of trust that I have built over the years with people. If you don't have a big audience, you can do things that will help people to trust you, like use a real picture on your profile, use your real name, look like a real human being that's running a business, and people will trust you a lot more. Absolutely do not have like a profile with some random AI generated avatar, some bizarre username, and just your timeline is full of AI slop tweets. Like nobody's going to trust you, nobody's going to give you money if your profile is like that. Be transparent with people. I was very clear with people that this tool doesn't exist yet. I haven't built this yet, and if it doesn't go ahead, I'll give them the money back. Don't try and mislead people or misdirect people into thinking that this product exists when it doesn't. Just be upfront and honest with people. So once I got the prepaid subscriptions, then I went and talked to those customers that prepaid. I sent them an email and I asked them like, hey, like, what is your business? What problem do you want this tool to solve for you? What keywords are you looking to track? And just understand what they need and help me prioritize what to build for them. And this is the really cool thing about pre-selling your SaaS, is I find that when you have a wait list and you go and ask people to get on a call or you ask them for feedback, nobody does it. But because they've prepaid, they've paid money, they're invested in your product, they're invested in your success, and they're invested in their success in using your product. So they're going to help you, they're going to give you feedback. This is a really cool side effect of having people prepay. Then I started building what those people wanted. I shipped the first version in 3 weeks using my SaaS Boilerplate, which has the payments, authentication, the user interface, everything set up. So I really just had to build one feature. By the way, if you're interested in getting that Boilerplate, I've got 50% off. I'll leave a link and a coupon down in the description below. Now, I could have built it in probably a week, but I spent way too much time over optimizing stuff, perfecting stuff that I didn't need to, but that's just who I am. I still think like 3 weeks is pretty good to get a really good polished version of the product into people's hands. And some of those customers are super happy now. They're still using the product. Some of them have churned. I'll talk about this in a future video. So my key takeaway here is like, you absolutely have to validate your SaaS product unless you just want to waste months, years of your life building stuff that nobody wants. And I assume you don't want that. Second thing is waitlists are not validation. People giving you their email address is not validation that they're ever going to pay. The only way to validate your SaaS idea is to get someone to pay. They got to give you money. They got to give you cold hard cash. They got to take out their credit card. They got to type it in Stripe, and they got to pay. You don't need to have a product to do this. You can sell the vision, but you must have a landing page, you must clearly communicate the problem that you're going to solve for them, how you're going to solve it, show them the value, and create enough trust that they will prepay you for it. A lot of the people that prepaid me, I don't know them, they don't know me, they trusted me as a stranger on the internet. So if I can do it, you can do it too. If you think this won't work for you, you're a little worried about trying this, or you want some advice, leave a comment down below. I read all the comments, and I'm happy to give you any advice and tips, or maybe just encourage you to try this if you've got a SaaS idea that you want to test out. I hope you find this useful. If you did, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.